Okay, so today we're going to do a belt change on a 1998 Jeep Wrangler, or TJ, depending on what country you live in. So you're going to need some basic tools. You need a flathead screwdriver, 15mm wrench, and a 15mm socket, and of course, a new belt. So, get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our flathead screwdriver. We're going to take off this hose clamp right here. Just loosen it up. Give it a tug. We're going to take off the air box. And this isn't necessary, but it's going to give us a little bit more room to work. So we're going to toss that. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to use our 15mm wrench. Loosen up the pulley. Now this is usually on somewhat tight, so we're going to use a 16mm wrench as a cheater. And this works great. At the same time, make sure that the wrench doesn't slip because you're probably going to use some skin. So I usually just brace it with my hand like this. Just give it a crack. And then once I have it loose, I'm going to switch over to my nice little ratchet wrench here, also 15mm. And just going to loosen it up a bit. It doesn't have to be backed off too far, just enough that the pulley can slide. Now what this is a tensioner pulley. You can see that the belt's nice and tight right now. I'm not going to be able to pull it off the pulley very easily. So using a 15mm socket and extension, I'm going to go down through here past the injector, or sorry, the water pump sensor, water temperature sensor probably. You want to be really careful that you don't damage that sensor, so don't put any pressure on there. So right on the 15mm bolt, and what I'm going to do is, as I back this off, you can see that the pulley is actually moving down and taking tension off the belt. So I need a fair bit, so we're going to spin this for a while. So as you can see, we've got a fair bit of play in the belt now, so should be able to just slide it right off the pulley just like that, and off the crank at the bottom. Now my belt came with a fancy little diagram here showing you how to put it back on. There's also usually a diagram right on your radiator. If there's not, then make sure you remember how the belt came off. Otherwise, you might be scratching your head for a while. So there's the old belt. Just going to double check that the new belt is the same size, close enough. So we're going to toss that out of the way and start routing the new belt. Oops, lost the bottom. So as you can see, the new belt is much tighter than the old belt, so might have to back it off a little bit more. Oh, it's going to go on there. Just going to loosen that just a tad. So I've got that on there. You can see that we're still a bit loose. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go the other way, and we're going to start adding tension to the belt. So just flip the ratchet the other way. You just want to check it periodically. The thing is, sometimes you'll have a little bit of slack down around one of the pulleys, so you want to recheck it after you run the engine for a minute or two. So we're just going to start snugging up our 15 mil on the pulley, and all that does is just locks it into place. Doesn't have to be silly tight, just snug enough it's not going to vibrate loose. Again, same with lug nuts and stuff, you want to recheck how tight it is after a while. So I'm sure there's a torque spec somewhere, but that's way too technical for us. You know us better than that. So we're going to throw the gearbox back on. Hose. I'll get that one later. And got to remember to tighten our hose clamp on the air intake. The last thing you want to do is be sucking in dust. That's why they have filters on these. And there you go. Got a brand new belt on there, ready to go.